Guess I gotta talk about the elephant in the room. Jazz Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, we got our first personnel change of this season. And for Chicago, it only took 6 games. And I'm sorry, Hawks fans, it's not Jeremy Colton. It's your GM. And really, other than what's already been said, I don't know how much more I can top onto this other than what I think. So let's just talk about it. So after 12 years, 3 Stanley Cups in those 12 years, Stan Bowman, the GM, who's been in place for 12 years, has stepped aside from his position. And I don't really think I need to explain the why, but I'll go into it as best as I can. I don't want to talk too much about it because A, it's pretty damn serious, and B, I don't want to be the guy that screwed up on this part or this part and have some kind of backlash against me. So I'll keep my end on the legal part of it minimal. But either way, this comes after Blackhawks were fined $2 million by the NHL for inadequate and insufficient procedures and response in some serious legal matters, which the Blackhawks had to hire a third-party law firm to investigate said allegations after being slapped with a lawsuit. The thing that screeches to me on all this, though, is this happened 11 years ago. And you figure the problem should have been taken care of then, not now, not with a lawsuit hanging over the organization or the league. I don't know how far the lawsuit extends. I've tried to keep as far away from this story as I can, just because it's not something you want to hear when it comes to Chicago Blackhawks. But anyway, if I was in the Wirtz position, I'd have done the same thing. I'd have definitely hired somebody to look into this, because something's seriously wrong in-house if something like that's coming along. What has a sense of finality on this as far as Bowman's concerned, and there are other dominoes at play on this, so this might not be the only GM change video I'll be making, but I'm not gonna jump hurdles if they're not there. What seems to have the finality on this is if any club in the NHL was to actually approach Stan Bowman and offer him a position, any position at all, before he does that, before he says, okay, I'll take this position, he has to meet with Gary Bettman face to face first, discuss the conditions of the position that he'd be hired for. So you can almost say, as far as the league's concerned, asking him to resign is punishment enough, but I'm sure there's further punishment coming. And given the cause, like I said, I don't expect you'll see any team with Stan Bowman on the mind, but hard to say. Now, he has come out and said to his defense that he passed it up the chain. I'm sure he did. But I'm not passing judgment. I'm not saying one thing or another. You can only say you're passing the buck so much. And if nothing's done, then you got problems. But anyways, read into that what you might, really. It might not be a sense of you're never welcome back in the league anymore. It might be a sense of, do you understand what you're being hired for, or this or that or the other. There's a multitude of reasons to it, I'm sure, but like I said, I'll leave a description to the story and how it breaks down as far as the legal terms and the legal sense is concerned. I'll leave a link for the story in the description. But while we're at it, I guess this would be a good time to mention that now that Bowman has stepped aside, Kyle Davidson has been named your interim GM. And he's been assistant GM for a couple of years now, so he might take better steps to making Chicago a better team on the ice anyway. As far as PR and perception goes, they got a long way to go. So I guess now is a good time to go over statistically Bowman's reach on this team, and really it's not a bad reach at all. 498 wins, 315 losses, and 110 shootouts / overtime losses. That includes 3 Stanley Cups, 1 President's Trophy, and 3 division championships. Only missing the playoffs 3 times in 12 years that he was GM. And really, in the long and short thing of things, that's pretty much irrelevant at this point. Now it's more a matter of his resignation, however you want to tender it, however you want to call it. It had to happen. He couldn't be GM any longer past today in Chicago, given everything that's going on. So it's a sense of, as far as Chicago is concerned, righting the ship and making himself a better organization, not just, again, on the ice, but in the appeal of fans in general and in the public population. It's a thing that might take them some time to get over, and it's already cost them $2 million. But there's a domino effect in this whole thing, and whether it goes further in the league or whether it happens outside the league in the courtroom, that remains to be seen. But as far as legal litigation and troubles is concerned, I imagine this is tip of the iceberg. But I don't know. It's hard to say where it goes beyond this point, but hopefully I'm done talking about this. Like I said, I've tried avoiding it as best as I can because I really didn't want to talk about it, but now I'm done. Let's leave it at that. So that's Trev's Hockey Show. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're at this point. It means you stuck around. You watched pretty much the entire thing. So while you're here, give me a like. Since you're at it, hit that red subscribe button. You know you want to. Subscribe makes you feel good. We're still 14 away from 100. Let's get there. All my socials are in the description down below. Moving forward. Well, again, I mean, hopefully this is the last personnel change video as far as the topic is concerned that I have to make, but we'll see. But either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Later.